Am I Sam Morris? And today with the Stowe High End, we are learning about students and faculty members, what they would do with $1,000,000, and what they would do for that $1,000,000.
What's your name?
Laura Zinsmeyer.
What would you do for $1,000,000?
Probably kill someone.
What's your name?
Mr. Palma.
What would you do for $1,000,000?
Anything.
Anything?
Anything.
All right, what is your name, sir? Jack Perry. All right. Jack, what would you do for $1,000,000? Anything.
What's your name?
Mrs. Palma.
What would you do for $1,000,000?
Probably eat food like off the ground.
What would you do for $1,000,000?
What wouldn't I do with $1,000,000?
Would you kill someone?
Yeah.
What's your name?
Zoe.
What would you do for $1,000,000, Zoe?
What would I do? Oh, anything.
I'm sorry, I should have said it. What's your name?
Mr. Ramirez.
What would you do for $1,000,000?
I don't know what I would do for $1,000,000. I would love to have $1,000,000.
Who am I with here?
I'm Chad Wagner.
What would you do for $1,000,000?
Like, give me a scenario. Asked him certain things. You know.
Would you kill someone?
Depends on the person.
All right. What's your name?
Caitlin Thomas.
All right, Caitlin Thomas. What would you do for $1,000,000?
Anything.
Would you rob someone for $1,000,000?
No.
Hi. Who am I here with today?
Grace Villa.
All right, Grace Villa. What would you do for $1,000,000?
Do some weird stuff, you know?
Like commit crimes for $1,000,000?
Yeah.
Okay.
Who am I here with today?
Mrs. Clark.
Mrs. Clark, what would you do for $1,000,000?
Oh my goodness. I would walk across the country.
Hey, who am I with today?
I'm Jack Smith. What's up?
Okay, hey Jack Smith. What would you do for $1,000,000?
Anything.
He says he would do anything.
All right, so if you got that $1,000,000, what would you do with it?
Invest it.
Invest it into what?
Stocks.
If you got that $1,000,000 for eating the food off the ground, what would you do with it?
I would go on a really good vacation.
What would you do with that $1,000,000?
Buy lottery tickets.
Would you win?
Yeah. I would win more money.
What would you do with more money?
Buy more lottery tickets.
Would you win?
Yeah. I would get more money.
What would you do with more money?
Buy more lottery tickets.
Would you win?
No.
Now, once you get that $1,000,000, what would you do with it?
I would probably buy a house for my parents.
What would you do with it if you got it?
Retire.
Is there a reason for that?
A week of grading late papers, including yours.
Hello, what is your name?
My name is Mr. Delaney.
All right, and what would you do with $1,000,000?
I would probably end up donating most of it.
Who's a person you would kill?
I won't disclose this information.
And what would you do with that $1,000,000?
Buy a house. A big house, a mansion.
What's your name?
Mr. Hinman.
What would you do for $1,000,000, Mr. Hinman?
A whole lot.
Whole lot? What does whole lot entail?
Anything that is entirely legal, not too much work, and fits into my schedule.
If you got that $1,000,000, what would you do with it?
Buy a house.
Just a house?
In a car.
What kind of car?
I don't know. Lamborghini.
And what would you do with that $1,000,000?
I'd like to give it to some animal shelters because I like animals.
What's your name?
Jonah Johnson.
What would you do with $1,000,000, Jonah?
Well, see, I give 3/4 of it to my mom, and then the rest I keep for myself. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I'll give some to my grandma too, and maybe some of my friends.
What is your name, gentlemen?
My name's Seth Moito.
What would you do with $1,000,000, Seth?
I'd probably give like $800K to my mom and dad, and then probably just keep the rest for myself.
Now, once you got that $1,000,000, what would you do with it?
I would probably invest it, but I would also give some money to charities. one of the biggest things that I've always said I wanted to do is maybe give money to the schools so that they could, I guess, modernize their auditorium.
And what would you do with that $1 million, Jack Smith?
I'd invest and make some more money.
Like stocks?
Stocks, yeah, stocks.
He would do stocks.
I was Sam Morris, and today we learned what students and faculty members, what they would do for $1 million.
And I am Cameron Welsh, and today we also learned what students and faculty members would do with $1 million.
Thank you.